What it is, what's up? It's your boy Utulano Tools Umadala, season 2 of Dude I'm Not a Chef. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. One thing I've noticed, you appreciate the conversations we have with thespians, people of the arts. I'm an actor, I'm a dancer, people with a factor. Today we're going to be speaking to someone that you might have seen on TV, particularly a commercial or scandal most recently. He played a character by the name of Zero, but I know him a little bit better than that. I mean, we went to a school called After back in the day, and today he's in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, make some noise for Sdingo, Ngobese! I'm still working on the live studio audience. You nice? Thank you so much for coming through, bro.
Thank you, bro, for inviting me. Finally, I'm on Dude I'm Not a Chef.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the audience knows that I've actually been on Dude I'm Not a Chef way back when.
Yeah.
So it's the second time. I'm a veteran.
I'll share the story. He was the second guest, I think, on episode 2. We shot in my.
Yes, sir.
And they had very dry voice. So it's quite a 360. A lot has happened since then.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to unpack that. But first
see,
things first, we're going to be making sliders. You know what sliders are?
Yeah, I kind of do, but maybe
I'll break it down.
Chef.
So sliders are burgers, but mini size or miniature sized. I won't lie, we couldn't exactly find the rolls we were looking for, but we're going to be preparing with these. We're going to be making chili cheese sliders, which involves mince, some mozzarella cheese, some jalapeno or jalapeno. I like jalapeno because it makes it sound like you want some. We've got some garlic, some peppers, some onions, sauces, and a great conversation. So let's get into it. My brother, do you know how to chop onions?
Yeah, I do know how to chop onions.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
You want to take off your jacket so you're more
I'm
comfortable?
gonna take off my jacket. I'm gonna take off my glasses.
Hey, this man came prepared. Pizzazz as hell. Don't that as hell.
Don't
It's
that
true.
as hell.
Bro, let's talk about Zero, bro.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of people never understand that students that go to After Dream, we sit down, we talk about the things that we want to achieve. The last time I had Lemo here talking about how he spoke about being Ushanga Zulu while I was still in varsity. You spoke about being on TV, or particularly being on Scandal. Talk to me and everyone watching about that.
Yeah, man.
While you're chopping onions, of course.
That's been, yeah, bro, like, that Scandal situation has been a long time coming, my bro. Yeah. Like, because on the real, I always felt like maybe my career is going to start in SA before it goes overseas.
Because it's going overseas.
Literally, it's going. It has to. So for me, it always had been a dream of mine to get on to a television show, like particularly like a Scandal, because you know I love the production of of how they do things and their storytelling.
Actually,
so now,
I know once you get into your thespian mode, he's not gonna stop. He's a lot like Smash, but yeah, keep going, bro.
Yeah, anyway, so let me try. And then, like, I think you actually helped me with a few of my Scandal auditions, 2 characters that I auditioned for before. So this was like the 4th character that I auditioned for, and I was like, hey, this one has to be it, bro. And fortunately, the universe was like, dude, I think you are ready now. You know, they've seen you on commercials, they've seen that you can do things on commercials, so let them see how you develop a character now, you know. And yeah, I think the audience really did enjoy it because we got some wonderful reviews from the people, you know.
So what made you agree, or let me say agree, what made you convince your parents to pay over 70,000 Rand to go learn how to act?
Well, I didn't go to After to go learn how to act.
Okay.
I believed in myself already as an actor.
Yeah.
You know, I knew that bro, like, I can do this. But for me, it was more around the business of it. Like, how does one make a career out of it? I wasn't exposed to a lot of people who are in the entertainment industry. You know, entertainment has always been something I've really enjoyed, creating stories and all of that. Yeah. So one thing that I did tell them was that this is the only school that I've been accepted at. So
was that true?
It's true.
Really?
It was the only school I was accepted at.
Okay.
it was the only school I applied to. Too.
I was about to say,
You know, so that was one of the things, but also just one of those things where peeps were like, where I was like, Esh, Bafetu, you know, I do want to do this, and I want to show you guys that I can do this. This is actually a career, you know, and that's the pressure I've always put on myself post going to after, you know, through the challenges. It's been quite a while since people, you know, actually could recognize me now after so long of me graduating, you know. So I feel like that put pressure on me. That the fact that I went to an after put pressure on me to be like, yo, dog,
yeah, because it's a lot of money.
Make it,
it's a lot of money that you spend going to this school.
Yeah, like you have to make it, and you beyond making it, you have to show that this is a career. It's not a passion. It's not a hobby. This is actually a career. Hence, now I even created my own film company, which we're producing our second film under. You know, so all of these things, I feel like I had to do in order to just show the parents that, listen, guys, I need more shangi man.
How do you prepare for an audition, though? Or at least let me ask, how did you prepare for Zero? Is it safe to say Zero is your biggest role thus far, right?
Yeah. Zero is the biggest role thus far. For Zero, I was fortunate to actually get the sides quite early. You know?
Yeah.
So, like with me, if you give me a script early, you've done yourself a favor.
Because now I know how I'm going at it.
You know. So I then record. So the self-tape was due on Monday, right?
Okay.
So I prepared over the weekend, and then I said, you know what? I'm gonna shoot it on Sunday, and I did. So I was gonna shoot on. So I said I'm gonna shoot on Sunday. So I did, right? And then after I shot it, because what I do after I shoot an audition, I rewatch the tapes before I send them through.
Okay.
So as I watched it, the dopamine of mine that I was able to actually go to a YouTube short that showed me a self-tape, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
For Iron Man.
Okay. He did a self-tape? Okay.
No, it wasn't a self-tape. I watched the audition tape, yeah.
Okay.
And I looked at that energy and I was like, actually, let me try that energy for Zero. You know?
Are you telling me you used Iron Man as a reference for Zero?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Hence, he's so calm and collected and not that generic gangster that you'll see on TV all the time.
Yeah.
He's very calm, cool, collected. He's that person that could take over the crew at any time. But loyalty and respect keeps... He places Rex as his boss, and he stays as, you know, the foot soldier who's leading the other foot soldiers. You know, so that was the calm demeanor. So after watching that Iron Man thing, I'm like, no, man, let me retake this audition, you know. Then I redid it, and I was like, yes,
that's the one.
This is the one I'm sending through.
Okay, you send it. How long do you wait before you get told you're going to be famous?
That's why you gotta get famous.
Is that part of the NDA? Man is making sounds. Hey, what's happening?
Actually, like I found out, like, because it was quite a quick one. Yeah, but they were starting to shoot. We were starting to shoot in February, and I had auditioned at the end of Jan.
Okay.
You know, so it took about a week, 2 weeks for me to find out. So I said, you got it, bro. And I was speechless. Did you cry? Speechless. I cried when I got Flying Fish.
Really?
Yeah, in DSTV. Because before DSTV, I hadn't gotten a job since 2015.
Oh my goodness.
So when I got DSTV, I cried. And I was going to stock my colognes.
Which we'll speak about. Because, I mean, as an actor, you need to have more than just the acting job, regardless of how much you love it.
Yes, sir.
But, okay, let's speak about the drought. I mean, you've been in Joburg for how long?
full-time, I moved to Joburg full-time in 2022, but I've been in and out of Joburg since 2019. And before that, I was in Cape Town.
Let's talk about the struggle, bro. Because
Yeah.
it gets real.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Like, I mean, it's 2025 right now, innit? And like I told you, 2015 was the last time like I had booked
A proper gig.
You know.
So
what
how
I
were you
mean?
surviving in between those days?
It's
As
true.
a qualified actor that went to AFTA and studied paying so much money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Speak about that. Because,
Hey, dog.
so when I was in Cape Town, I was fortunate enough to actually go under the wing of Caroline Calburn, where I worked
Calburn,
at Theatre Arts Admin Collective in Cape Town at the theatre. So that's where I worked. And I was also doing voiceover gigs in Cape Town at Kosher Studios. So that's how I was putting food in my belly. But with the rent, I must not gonna lie to the kids. Yes, my parents did help out when I was like, yo guys, okwamanje rent angikwazi ukuyikhokha. You know what I mean? But like the food game, I always made sure with in fact I can actually at least
Do me a favor.
hook
Please grab a fork and throw
Yes,
some
sir.
garlic into this pan. Nah?
some garlic, yes sir.
It's already nice and hot.
Nice.
Yeah. A little bit of garlic.
I'm a lefty.
Are you a lefty?
Yes,
Shoot, you
sir.
can fight.
So I don't know about that. I can protect.
Bro, one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on the show
Yeah.
is because you're an example of things working out, but you're an example of things not working out quickly or in your time. Don't be shy, bro. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Put more.
Yeah, don't be shy.
Okay. So yeah, Mfethu, so like I'm saying, dog, like my dad was able, God bless his soul, because he's passed now, but like while he was still around, he did actually help me out a lot while I was still in Cape Town.
Yeah, he believed in the dream as much as you did?
Yeah, not really.
Not maybe as much as you did.
Not really as much as I did, up until I showed him that my skills go beyond acting.
Okay.
I'm really good at
Okay.
managing businesses, at starting businesses, and actually, you know, leading a team, you know, which is what I learned through writing my own theater shows. Because njengoba ngithi, I was getting voiceover jobs, and I must stir it.
Yeah, keep stirring it. Make sure nothing sticks.
Yes, sir.
You're going to add some salt and pepper in there. Because basically what we're doing to start things off is to brown the onion. After that, we're going to make a good, or not even a good, we're going to brown the mincemeat, add some flavor to it. Because basically we're making a sandwich with cheese, jalapeno melted, but you'll see it as we go. Don't forget to add the salt and pepper.
Yes, sir. So, as that went on, I showed him ukuthi mfethu, with the voiceover money that I'm getting, I'm producing my own theater shows.
So you're investing in yourself as well.
Yes, I'm writing my own shows and I'm producing my own shows.
Yeah.
I'm getting a director, so paying those people, paying my actors and all of that. Basically showing people that, yo, listen, this is a business for me. It's not
producing
just
a full-on
passion.
production.
Yeah. So thanks to all of that, bro, I mean, I was able to then now move to Joburg saying, I'm now in the business of entertainment.
You sound like Jay-Z saying, I'm not a businessman.
I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
Literally, bro. He's actually one of the inspirations behind me starting my company at 26 years old.
Talk to me about the company. It's a production company. I know you've written a couple of screenplays.
Yeah.
I know you've written an actual theater play. What's that all about for someone that's never seen or heard of it? Let me see if the fire is proper here.
So 20 Future Entertainment Company, that's the name of the company.
20 Future Entertainment.
20 Future Entertainment Company, that's the name of the company, bro. So that one was inspired by when I actually came to Jozi and I kept pitching to people. I've got 2 theater shows, unmasked and taped down, which I've already produced in Joburg, in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And now I want to stage them here in Joburg. And one of the ladies at space.com in Joburg Theatre, I forgot her name now. She said to me, listen, now that you're in Joburg and you have your own work, register a company and produce your plays as your company.
Okay.
For tax purposes.
Okay.
Right? As well as so people can take you seriously now.
Because you're running a
because
business
you're a
properly,
company, you know. And I did that. I registered my shows with Dalro, and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, now that iyenzeka lento 2020, right? COVID. So during COVID, I write "You Are My Reason," which you guys can check out also on YouTube on my channel.
Pusha. You are my reason.
Yeah, You Are My Reason. So it actually got nominated for Best Short Film at the Simon Sabela KZN Film and Television
And this is all
Awards.
produced by you.
By me.
And how old are
Directed
you?
by me as well.
Okay.
You know, so this is 2020. And we shoot You Are My Reason after lockdown now. You know, get a few passionate homies saying, yo guys, let's shoot this.
Let's make it happen.
You know, for my road reel. There's this film festival called My Road Reel.
Please add some spice there, yeah?
Sir. There's a film festival called My Road Reel. This one?
Yeah, you can add a little bit more of that. But the main one is the barbecue spice. 'cause
Oh,
it already
okay,
adds
got
some
you,
oil.
got you. This one right
Yes,
here.
yeah.
So after I get You Are My Reason, and it's doing well at festivals, getting these nominations, I'm like, yo, but the film needs to still see more people, because at the same time, I've got now an idea that I'm working on, which is Blind Faith, the film that I'm currently working on.
Blind Faith.
Blind Faith, yes. But the H is in brackets, because also it's Blind Faith. Faith and faith
I'm a
hand in
Thespian.
hand.
Blind faith, yeah?
Yes, sir. But you'll understand it once you watch the film.
Okay.
But anyways, so I've got this idea called Blind Faith in my head, and I'm like, but I don't understand what mental health is, because during lockdown, that's what I saw. Also, there's a lot of people with unaddressed traumas.
And how did you see this? Did you see it in the form of anyone in particular?
Yeah, in the form of family, mostly, you know, people like there's underlying hatred for each other, man.
Your family.
You know what I mean? There's underlying hatred for each other, and I'm like, where is this coming from? And I learned what there's a lot of things abantu abangadilile nazo internally, you know, childhood traumas and all of
charity
that stuff.
begins at home. So does hate sometimes.
Yes, sir. So then what I did is I formed conversations. Actually, I formed a workshop program called the Mental Health Awareness Program, where we screened You Are My Reason, and we had professional mental health care practitioners
Coming in to speak.
helping us facilitate,
Yeah.
you know, helping us facilitate these dialogues. And that's how then the story of Blind Faith came along.
Okay.
And then I wrote the film Blind Faith, and yeah, here we are. Forgot what the question was.
It's fine, because I've got another one for you. I mean, we can speak
Oh,
about
actually, we were talking about the independence and how the toughness.
within it, and
how
well,
I
surviving
got,
the industry.
Yeah, surviving the industry. So that's how I survived the industry, through creating my own work.
So, beyond everything you've done, is there money in the industry?
There is and there isn't.
I mean, you sound like you're giving me two answers at once.
Yes, sir, I am.
Which one is it?
It is both. Because here's a hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
You book an advert, right? Book an advert, ekholela, let's say, for interest sake, 60 grand, right? The advert, Lena, ikfita, you already have the funding for your film, let's say.
Okay.
Which means you have a salary that you've been living off.
Okay.
Or mhlambe ikfita, you already have a span, right? So that money comes in as now a booster, right? So you can actually do stuff with it.
I feel like you ain't kwekweleza.
Lalela. The reason why I say this is because mina bethu imali ingifica ngingenayo, yabona.
So isheshe ukuphela.
Isheshe ukuphela, thola ukuthi ukhava ama expenses kuphela.
Yeah.
And then yaphela imali. So even though ibiningi, it's ayisekho. Ibincane.
Do you think actors are good with cash? Because I feel like there's this long cry for lack of money within the industry, but then are actors actually good with money? I mean, I'll look at someone like Abdul Koza, brilliant actor. Are you making money, huh?
I'm starting to make money now. I haven't been making money in a long time, but now I am starting to make money. But I'm making more money on my businesses than I am as an actor. Fuck. That's why I'm saying iningi kodwa at the same time incane, because tools, if you can't use money, ngisho ngakunika 150,000 umncane kuwena. But what happened with me, I got a flying fish, which was like 40 grand. I looked I looked after my rent, and then I invested in my colognes when I rebranded now.
Oh, and you betted and upscaled yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to make the small money more money.
No, the reason I ask about money within the industry is that there's people like Abdul Koza,
yes, sir,
someone you can see from TV and assume they are making a killing, you know? And then you find out he wants to give up acting because he's not.
I'm not gonna talk for another man, I don't know.
Of course.
You know, I don't know. And from the stories I've heard, I don't understand when niggas say there's no money in acting, personally.
What's your reason? Because you feel like it's there.
Yes. My man, I was able to get out of a heavy hole that I have been in just because of scandal.
Oh, so umnandi, you know.
I'm not in a hole anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
You get what I mean? But omunye umuntu uzothi, yo, wahola imali encane kangaka. I was never gonna live with that. It's a mentality thing.
Sorry, Stina. So when you're making some garlic butter, what you do is you grab a whole lot of butter into a bowl, add some garlic, and whatever your choice of herbs is.
Sir,
let's speak about the positive side of acting.
Yes, sir. This looks brown.
It does.
By the way.
It does. So what we need to add is beef stock and a little bit of water.
Okay.
Because salt will do it sometimes, but
beef stock is the one.
Yeah.
Boy, sakhula ngayo phela plus.
Who's your favorite? Let's say top 3 actors in South Africa.
Interesting.
Let's start with females, because I feel like we never discussed the females enough.
In fact, for me, those are the ladies that actually inspire me mostly.
Ladies are killing it.
Especially the business, in terms of business-wise.
Like your Nomza,
yeah, like for me, you know me too. I'm big on branding, bruh. Branding yourself, dog. Like, cause again, like you said earlier, I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman. That's exactly what you are. Like you
said it.
You are a business.
It's Student Not a Chef. The butter is melted. It smells heavenly, eh? Yeah, don't forget, it's a little bit of garlic, a little bit of butter, well, not a little bit, and some herbs. Pop that in the microwave for a bit. We're gonna use this to basically make our buns a little bit more flavorful. But more on your top 3 best female actors. Let's go.
Active or not active?
You decide. I think there's no reason not to show love to, the greats.
Yeah. First one I need to respect is Umabato Monja.
Who's that? Any roles?
If you remember Lumka.
Yes.
Basically, like, and she's also in the same agency as mine.
Okay.
So, she's somebody I really respect. Also, what she's done behind the scenes.
Okay.
Nomza Mombata for her branding. You know how she really branded herself from Isbaya to the Nomza Mombata that we know now. You know. Number 3. You actually had her on your show, on your last episode.
Didi.
No, Losha.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Okay. Bro, what she did on lockdown can never be undone, sir.
Yeah.
It can never be undone.
My bad. I assumed you were going to say Didi, because she's also one of the, heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And male?
And then male, Uvusi Kunene. He plays Jack. He played Jack Mabas.
Leave Usikune.
Yeah. I really respect him. Love his work, especially his international stuff.
Yeah.
My friend Ulemogang Tsepa.
Okay.
Have to put him in that list just because of how he has gone about his career. You know, it's something that I respect and look up to. And then Siyabonga Twala. You know.
When you're Bonagala, you grew up watching TV.
I did grow up watching TV, you know. I did grow up watching TV, so I'm not gonna lie and say, you know, people that, you know, might be expecting to hear. Oh, but also Warren Masemola. Yeah. I have to also put him in that list, yeah.
So for young people out there looking to get into the industry, any pointers, any words of advice? Don't do it?
Yeah. First of all, do not underestimate the power of training.
Okay.
Training the acting muscle. I'm not saying go to AFTER, but there are other institutions that you can go to. If you can't afford to go to institutions, there are literally acting classes available online that you can register for and just keep attending those acting classes.
But train.
Yes, but train. Please do not think, Oguti, you can just do this thing, because it's if you want your role to be remembered, you'll go train. You know, if you want to be forgotten, a fly-by-night actor, then by all means, do whatever it is that you want to do.
Can I keep it 100 with you?
Yes, sir.
When we were in school together, I originally went to AFTER to learn how to be an actor. And then the arrogant part of me was like, I can already do this stuff.
Yeah.
Why do I need to go pay 80,000 rand?
Yeah.
To, you know?
Yeah.
But in hindsight, that was a bad move. I'm glad with what I did learn, but you're right. Training is everything.
Training is very important.
So if you look here, I've used the butter on all the rolls. What we're going to do it now is load it up with all the meat. Yeah, and obviously if you have different kinds of meat that you enjoy, some people are vegetarian, which is not meat. Some people don't eat beef at all. Whatever the case may be, we chose ground beef mince because it's standing yam.
It's standing yam.
It's standing yam. What you want to do is basically lay this down properly. Make sure there's enough on each roll so that each bite tastes good, and then you're good to go. Now, what do you usually prepare at home on the regular? Because actors got weird call times, bro.
Yeah. If I'm going on to set or if I'm going to an audition, but ngwazi. Akhleki, dog.
So
especially
you only
for
eat
an audition. Yeah. Especially like for an audition, I can't eat. If I'm going on set, yo, listen, man, I just got a job. I'm definitely having that breakfast. I'm definitely having that lunch on set. And then I like also cooking. I like good food, so I like experimenting with my food.
Okay.
You know, a lot of people when I cook for them, like, dude, why don't you just make a simple meal? I'm like, sometimes like, but I want to make it fun, man.
You know what I forgot? To add some of the peppers and make it real fun.
And garlic.
Please lay it up for me, my brother.
Yes, sir.
My bad. And the cheese. Imagine, I'm getting excited. Ngilambile.
So lambile, my dog.
Throw it on there. So here we're adding the green peppers and the jalapeno.
Yeah, but yeah, I like good food, man. So this thing. Oh, so I can actually just use the hands.
Don't worry.
But so before, Yazi, you had asked me such a great question. I only gave one answer. I want to give a second answer.
Okay.
When it comes to young people who are coming into the industry, create your own work. Like, bro,
what do you mean by that?
Write your own script. Literally try whatever concepts that you have, write them down and try and create them, and don't let them just be a thought or something that you speak about. Actually put them into action, because once you do that, you'll find that the frustration that you have as an actor of maybe, let's say, you're not getting enough auditions and you're not booking roles, but if you are creating your own work, that frustration that you have as an actor actually dies down because you are putting in
you're
the work.
Manufacturing the work on your behalf. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, dropping some gems, Tira.
I went through it, so I went through a lot of years without booking a job. So
we have a bun missing, my boy.
Is it not that one on inside?
What a man. What a man. Okay. So basically, just to run through what's happening here. Come and get this, right? With your leftover, you want to basically brush on top as well. This is all going to go into the oven. It's going to taste so... Oh.
So this is how restaurants make their buns taste all garlicky.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dude, I'm not a chef. Gives you the
Hey,
tricks.
also look at that, right?
Oh man, it looks yummy. It looks delicious.
And our sliders are ready to be thrown in the oven. As you can see, glazed with all that garlic butter. In there, we got the jalapeno, we got the mozzarella cheese, and it's time for it to bake for about 10-15 minutes. Yeah?
Yeah, they look delicious.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many minutes, but I'm gonna go with you.
And now we wait.
Yes, sir.
Woo!
Man, that looks amazing.
All right, it looks like we're done, bro.
It looks done, son.
It looks good. Yeah?
It looks good, bro.
So on Doodle I'm Not a Chef, after we prepare a meal, you need to name it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I was 0 on Scandal.
Okay.
So maybe it's a scandalous slider.
The scandalous slider with Stira Ngobese. Before we say goodbye, you gotta go in for a taste, bro. Let me know what you think.
Yes, sir. Let me. Woo! Ah. Man.
It would be rude to let a guest eat alone. Nah? 0 scandalous slider. I'm gonna grab one from this side.
A 0 scandalous slider. Man.
Yeah.
I know, dude, you're not a chef. But, dude, you are a chef.
We did it, baby. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time. Dude, I'm not a chef.
Dude, he's not a chef.
Except ngihamba nezamfene ungangihluzi Tetele indoda yesikazi mina ngiyinkunzi Ayeye, nami ngiyayifuna, nawe uyayifuna impilo emnandi Oh yeah, hamba nami